Hey everybody, Jan here again, just making a quick video sharing some of my John Olerud collection oddball items. We had a severe winter storm here in Missouri, so I got sent home from work a little bit early to avoid getting stuck in snow, and had a great item come in the mail today, so that inspired my video. And I don't think any kind of Olerud collection is complete with some of these items, and of course we all have some of these things here you see displayed. Of course, starting from left to right, we've got the old cheesy starting lineup action figures, and you see I've got on the table here two of his opened ones, and of course I'm a collector, so I have two unopened ones on display downstairs in the basement. But I got his hitting one and his fielding one. And then in the center of the table I've got, this is an adjustable John Olerud Seattle Mariners hat that I found on eBay for $5. It's been worn and used, and whoever was selling it just didn't want it anymore, so it's kind of just a neat little collectible to add. Of course, got to have the John Olerud bobblehead, and just going to make a video of all the just oddball shaped items or things that are difficult to display in either a binder or on a shelf. Here I've got the commemorative 2001 All-Star Game, or from Lowe's Construction Company, with the pendant and the pin. This is a little figure. It's called a Sport Clicks. It's very, as you can see, it's very tiny, difficult to display, and it's a John Olerud number 5. And again, this is another eBay thing that I found. And some of us who remember from the 90s, this is a pretty funny thing. This is a 4-inch sweatband with John Olerud baseball sewn onto it. It's made by a company called Photo Sweats. It is a licensed product, and of course on the logo it's got a bunch of different player names of other players you can get: Canseco, George Brett, Paul Molitor, Jerome Walton, and Mark McGuire. So this is definitely straight out of the 90s. Pretty funny thing. Here, this is a pretty cool card. I've seen it on eBay several times. This is supposed to be a 24 karat gold baseball card. It's of course the John Olerud. On the back it has some stats. Last stat goes up to 2003, so it's date stamped 2004. I don't know if you can see that, or it's glaring at all. But pretty cool, pretty neat thing to have in your collection. And what inspired today's video is a baseball that I received in the mail today. I got it super cheap off eBay, of course, for a total with shipping $26. It is an official Rawlings Major League Baseball, and it's autographed, perfectly crystal clear blue ink ballpoint pen, John Olerud 1993 batting champion. And then so I really like this ball. It's a real pretty display piece. It looks really sharp, and the reason why I think it was selling for so cheap is if you rotate the ball just a little bit, you might be able to see in the video, it's got a black scuff on it. Now, if somebody was a super hardcore collector, they'd probably be upset about that. But to me, I don't mind it at all. It doesn't detract from its display at all, because as you turn and rotate the ball, you can't see it at all when it's on display in the display case. So it doesn't bother me at all. So for $25 and then $5 shipping and handling, I think this is a great display piece. Now, some of the other things that I have that are small or odd shaped and difficult to display is I've got this little tiny miniature book. It's by Scholastic. It's just a booklet about John Olerud, and gives some of his stats and things like that through his early career. And of course this is from his Blue Jays days. Cool little collectible. Here's from his Red Sox time, his last season, 2005. This was put out by the local newspaper in Boston, and it's a pendant keychain, and that's kind of a neat thing to have. I have one that's open. I don't have it on my keychain, I just have it on display, and then I've got this one that's still sealed in its little plastic sleeve that it came in. Got a Blue Jays photo ball of John Olerud, and I don't think it's any coincidence that the pictures are identical from his sweatband to this photo ball. This is most likely a souvenir ball. It is a plastic pleather that they sold at the stadium. Got the Blue Jays logo, photo ball. It's licensed by MLB and the Players Association. Then it has his 1993 and 92 career stats on there. So that's kind of cool little thing to have of your favorite player. I also have a 2001 All-Star photo ball. So this is kind of a neat thing. Again, another eBay treasure I found. Somebody was selling this in a bulk lot with a whole bunch of 2001 All-Star Game items. I emailed the seller, said, hey, look, I'm just a John Olerud collector. I'm interested in the ball. And they were actually willing to cooperate and say, hey, we'll sell you the ball only instead of all the patches and the coffee mugs and the gym bag and all kinds of other junk that I just wasn't interested in. But balls, you could tell it's a souvenir ball. Somebody had bought this ball and carried it around a little bit. It's a little bit dirty, but still a neat thing to add to your collection. And the last ball I have display is pretty cool. It's another plastic pleather display ball. It's super shiny. It's got a real good gloss to it. Stamped and embossed onto the ball is his autograph with John Olerud, number 5, first base. And again, this is another 2001 commemorative ball. It says 2002 on it. Talking about his batting average of 300, 22 home runs, and 102 RBIs. But just a really cool ball, really sharp to have. I had seen this just going through a Google search, and then when I seen it pop up on the internet for purchase, I was pretty excited about that. I believe this is something that we've all seen on eBay for a while now. There's a seller must have a mass quantity of these to sell. This is a Topps collector's magnet. It's a porcelain. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty neat. I would never take it out of the thing and put it on your refrigerator or anything like that, just because it is porcelain. So if it ever fell, it'd just pretty much be a goner, smashed into a million pieces. So I'll leave it just like this and keep it as a little display piece. Alright, anybody who's ever been on eBay ever has probably seen this thing. Mine's in pretty beat up condition just because I don't put a lot of stock into this. It's more of a display piece, and you can get one for 99 cents anytime you want a new one. But it's the MVP pendant and rookie card collection, which is it's still cool. Neat little display piece that I like. But here's one that is not as common. I've only seen it one time, and I was fortunate enough to be the winner of the auction. This is the 1991 follow-up that came right after his rookie card, and it has a pendant as well. And I'll bring this up here so people can see it. Not a very good picture of John Olerud, but still pretty cool to have and a must for your collection. Now in 2011, OBAC company came out and producing these really god-awful ugly cards, but of course they're Olerud, so you got to have them in your collection. These are TriStar OBACs with John Olerud on one side and Bob Montgomery on the flip side. This one's serial number 7 of 80, and on the flip is of course Bob Montgomery. And the gimmick to this card is Montgomery was the last player to officially bat without using a batting helmet, and Olerud used a fielder's helmet while fielding to protect him from when he had an aneurysm in college. So that one was serial number 7 out of 80. This one's serial number 4 out of 25. Again with Bob Montgomery on the back side. And the coup de grace of my OBAC collection is this purple autographed one. This one's serial number 1 of 1. And this is the only card that I have that's 1 of 1. And unfortunately it's this giant ugly card. But it's still nice. It's 1 of 1. It's autographed by both John Olerud. You can see his autograph there. And on the flip side, it's got Bob Montgomery and his autograph as well. the extra large size OPG John Olerud card. This is a really cool card. It's just large and difficult to display. Nothing on the back side, just totally blank. Here's some authentic jersey cards. This is a cardboard set. It came with a card and a little swatch of his jersey right here. Kind of a neat display piece with the baseball seams on there. And then on the back side, it has perforations where if you want to break out the cardboard, you can stand it up. But I'm just going to leave them as is. Another one of the same company, just a different card and then a solid white swatch. And the last one from that same company, except this one's turned sideways, and this one has a swatch from his jersey, a card in the middle, and then on the right side a piece of authentic game used ball. So that's kind of cool. And so the last things on this video, because I noticed it's running a little bit long, is my PSA collection. I know there's some controversy and people argue what company is the best for grading or whatever, and honestly I don't care. I'm not that big into grading, but I think it's pretty common knowledge that PSA is the king of grading. So they're the ones that if I find a rookie card or a special card that I like, I try and find one in PSA 10. So as some of my friends know, I'm active duty Air Force, and so this card is really cool. It's only a PSA 9. I've never seen a PSA 10 of the 1991 Desert Shield cards. And of course the backstory of these cards is they were shipped over from America to Kuwait and to Saudi Arabia during the original Gulf War and Desert Storm and Desert Shield. They're 1991 tops with the Desert Shield logo on there. So this one's graded PSA 9, mint from PSA of course. And there's a lot of controversy of some of these cards are counterfeit. Some of them were never actually shipped outside the country. They were intercepted by supply troops. So this is just kind of a cool card to have in your collection, and it's great to have it as PSA 9. Then the rest of these are just PSA rookie cards. PSA 10 Upper Deck rookie card. PSA 10 1990 Leaf rookie card. PSA 10 Bowman Tiffany. They're sticking together a little bit. 1990 Topps Traded Tiffany PSA 10. 1990 Donruss PSA 10. 90 Score Series 3 PSA 10. 90 Fleer Update PSA 10. And then this one was the hardest one for me to find. I didn't see too many of these, but the 90 Score PSA 10. I guess it's just because the dark blue border and sometimes the centering is not that great, but here's a PSA 10 for the 1990 Score. So there's part of my collection. Again, these are just weird cards, oddball items, things that are odd shaped or large and difficult to display. So I wanted to just share them with fellow Olerud fans, all 2 or 3 of us that exist in the world. And so enjoy the video, and I'll make another one with autograph stuff later on. Thanks guys. Bye.